What have you seen from, the big question was how are Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland going to play together? What have you seen as that's kind of developed and evolved?
It's not where it's going to be at the end of the season, and I don't think it should be where it's going to be at the end of the season. The goal is to be at their best and have it figured out and being the best version of themselves while allowing that to be the best version of the Cavs by March, April, May, and June. There are growing pains. There's no doubt about it. But they both want it to work. And that's the thing. I've talked to both Darius and Donovan about this, about building chemistry on the court and off the court. And they call it a brotherly bond that they're building. Darius looks at Donovan as a big brother, and Donovan looks at Darius as a little brother. And they hang out outside of the game. They go to basketball events. They go to Browns games together. They go out to dinners on the road together. So they're trying to build that chemistry and get to know each other and have that level of communication so that it transfers over to the court. Stylistically, there are some conflicts that continue to be worked through, but I don't think it's something that can't work at the highest level. I think their games are different enough. I think Darius can play off the ball. I think Donovan can play off the ball while also being great when it comes to running the pick and roll. So I think their games are different enough, and I think they both are motivated by the same thing. They want to win. It's a very, very agenda-free style that they both bring to the table, and I think once they have more time together, more reps together, and more experience together, you're going to see Darius looking like an all-star, and you're going to see Donovan looking like an all-star, and those two guys together are going to form what I think is going to be a very, very formidable pairing, especially in a 7-game series, because not all the eyes can be focused on Donovan. Not all the eyes can be focused on Darius. And it's a different level of attack that the Cavs can have this year as opposed to last year in the play-in tournament.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. If they figure it out like I think they can and like it sounds like you think they can, that's going to be a team you don't want to see in a 7-game series. Yeah. It really is.
I mean, most teams are set up where they have like one elite stopper type defensive player, and that guy would go on Donovan Mitchell, right? Or that guy would go on Darius Garland. But that guy can't go on Darius and Donovan together. So it just frees up the Cavs to have a different level of offensive attack. If you think about last year, especially in the play-in tournament, Atlanta sent 2 guys at Darius Garland repeatedly because they're like, the other guys aren't going to beat us. And Brooklyn just shaded off Isaac Okoro and used that defender. It was Seth Curry, who was playing on one leg, basically, as the guy who was deterring Darius from going to the basket. They just sent different bodies at him. And teams aren't going to be able to approach it the same kind of way. And Donovan's used to seeing that kind of attention as well. Think about his playoff series against the Dallas Mavericks, where it was, in his own words, his worst performance in his entire career. A big part of what Dallas did cannot be done because he's playing alongside somebody just as dynamic as Darius Garland. So I'm really, really excited to see it when the game slows down, when it's about matchups, when it's about highlighting your strengths and exploiting weaknesses. There aren't many that the opponent can exploit in terms of the weakness column when it comes to the Cavs because of Darius and Donovan together.